Back to South Africa and Loftus-Versfeld, where former Springbok and Stormers wing Pieter Rossouw has been the Vodacom Blue Bulls backline coach for the past 7 years. He shares some of his greatest rugby memories, starting with his thrilling 4-try blitz against the French at Parc des Princes in 1997.
That was a special day for me, going with the Springboks to the end of year tour. The first half I scored 2 tries. One was where I think Rasmus intercepted the try. The next one, I scored the try on the wrong end of the field after I think James Small drew the last man. He just played me. Second half, I scored 2 very nice tries, which was really special. I always had a bigger rush, creating a try and scoring a try. We had a special day. I'll never forget that day. It was the last day we played at Parc des Princes, and after we've beaten the French 52-10, the whole stadium was standing and applauding us. Really a special day for me and I think for South Africa. I think if you play for South Africa or the Springboks, you want to play in a World Cup. I was fortunately that in that time when I was part of the side, there was a World Cup. A lot of I was thinking of Gary Teichmann, who were part of 3-4 years, a very successful team but missed the World Cup. So it was special. Played our pool matches in Scotland, did really well there, and then we beat England, who most of the people were expecting to win the World Cup because it was on our home ground. We beat them in the quarter-final in a obviously very good match. And obviously we lost that key match against Australia, but beat those New Zealanders in a third and fourth playoff. So it was a special experience and something I'll always remember.
Pieter has stayed within the rugby world post-retirement, sharing his skills and expertise as a backline player.
I really loved rugby and never felt for me I was working, and just by stop playing rugby you miss that, and it's very difficult to get another thing to love as much what you do. So for me, I always wanted to be part of a coaching system, and I think probably coaching is probably the closest you can get to playing rugby. When I got appointed with the Bulls, there was a lot of pressure on me coming here, especially with the biggest part of the team just won the World Cup the year before. So I was working with the top players in South Africa, but not just South Africa, but in the world. So I felt a bit under pressure. But I must say I really fitted in quite nicely. They welcomed me with open arms, and I really enjoyed the environment where we worked in Pretoria with the Bulls. So being part of the Bulls coaching setup and the Bulls family was really special, and I'm really enjoying my time here in Pretoria.
The Bulls team manager Tim Dlulane is another former Bok still working in rugby.
It came in as a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. From the Pumas, some small Currie Cup team, and they were not playing Super Rugby. It was surprising to many. I'm selected to represent my country, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I deliver what is expected of me. But everybody will tell you for that first cap, you tend to panic not to stick to the structure. And I was just unfortunate, as you know, injured having that first cap, and which was a taste of what is the professional level rugby was. What Springbok was about, great culture, and being involved in rugby, we all want to protect that culture and want to say, well, what can we build, what can we do as an individual to make sure that there's a number of players to represent the Springbok, and those who earn and were good enough to be there, and that's what we were still in the system for.
On hanging up his boots, Tim stayed with the Bulls, looking after their age group squads and junior rugby programs. When the legendary Vanie Strydom retired in 2013, Tim was handed the senior team manager role.
If I'm a team member, I'm a player, I'm a manager now, how do you differentiate it? So, well, at the end of the day, there's no difference. You are striving for the same goal. That goal is to win. And you might be in the office, you might be in the kit, but you make sure that these guys mustn't be frustrated. If I look at how is it working, I was the player. I know what is expected by a player from a manager. So I tend to put myself in a player's position that what would I want? And it's always, well, it's a privilege to be the manager of this team, because you are having a whole group of players, management, administrators who are behind you. Whatever resources you want is there.
So, what drives him to succeed?
Well, it's a personal thing, because I think the coach, the players, the doc, the physio, the masseuse, nobody want to fail. Myself, I don't want to fail, and I want to be a winner. So it's personal, but you know what, when I leave Loftus, I know that I've done my job.